And as of that, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. It's like a video game, it's like a commentary last left off. We were here. Yep. So let's go to continue. And when we last left off, we were in a bit of a pickle, I think. Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Ah, don't tell me! Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma. Ah! Wait a second! There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there! Really? And who might that be? Oh, well, that would be... Objection! It seems that Feisty Little Lost has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence. I didn't forget! I was just testing your attention to details! Alright, frickin' Edgeworth. Miss Cykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact. It's a okay, shut up. Sorry, guess I put my foot on my mouth again. No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here. We are? Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber, and by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Ugh, not the insufferable. Very well, the court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up? Trucy's? Jinxie's? Okay, hold on, so what are we saying here? Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. If Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber... Huh? Then Jinx's alibi wouldn't make sense, because, like, how did she see... But then again... I don't think she was lying about that. Phoenix's alibi? Simon's alibi? Okay, so let's see here. Of all the people, we have Jinxie, we have Damien, we have Mr. Filch, and we have Florent LaBelle. What was his alibi? I wish I could, why can't I check the court record right now? I want to see, we don't have an alibi for him, do we? What was he saying? I don't remember what he said. I'm just gonna go with it. This is probably wrong, but... Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Because I was like, I don't exactly remember what everyone's alibis were, so... Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime? True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer, too. Oh, right, he did say that. Okay. However, as we all know, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Florent LaBelle's alibi is one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch? I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here, neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking the Forbidden Chamber. In return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi. Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know. Aw, shucks. Mercy, Your Honorship, mercy! I also said that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication. I see. We will take a 20-minute recess, after which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself. Yes. We're finally going to drag that slipper snake onto the stand. In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations. April 19th, 10:25 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court! Yeah. Hey, why the long face? I can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack. You really are a werewolf, aren't you? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Didn't I title one episode of Mega Breaks with "It'll do" like "It'll be fine"? I think I did. One of them was, or it was like "It'll be something." That mysterious figure who opened the forbidden chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle. I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though. At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo! April 19th, 11 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Now, yeah, I didn't I say he's gonna have green here? Yep. So now I understand what, he meant by, oh, you have no idea with the Joker. Court is back in session. Our next witnesses. Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florent LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma, or should I say, the accused. Ouch, like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough. Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible. Your boldness. Ah, right. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to. Objection! I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you committed? Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Fine. The truth is I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the accused. I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. My nose is getting kind of stuffy. You see, as his personal aide, I thought I had to protect him. Sorry. You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Okay, this is getting annoying. Pfft, peasant, how dare you accuse me of one of the beautiful people of being... Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime! Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I had to blow my nose. Nothing really came out though, so I'm not exactly... I don't really feel much better, so I don't know. I guess just one of those weird stuffy feelings. Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime! Silence! 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 Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? Have you forgotten already, Apollo? This is a sword fight. This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in your hands. Be gone, you cowardly heart. The battlefield hath no place for ye. Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! Of course they were gonna be broken, come on. So much for sturdier shackles. Ah! Those chains hint at my vow that heads would rule this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused death knell? You know of what I speak. I'm not doing the voice properly. Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox Chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please. I saw Maritima opening the Forbidden Chamber's doors. But... there you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party. Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Startling sounds bad. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed the alderman. That's right, the mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. He confessed! Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so, and quite astonishing I might add. I learned of this factor in the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you. No way! I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess. But is this really true? Did Maritima really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Maritima actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's. This is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, and I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tinma's Conviction Gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all but the mayor in his defense. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime. Witness testimony. What LaBelle saw. I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up and opened the Forbidden Chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. Is it really? To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Oh, right, he did say. Okay, right, okay. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court. Once again, sorry. It's just I fear being accused if I mention coming upon that most unpleasant scene. Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy? We better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there is a time to fight, and a time to yield, a time to live, and a time to die, a time to build, and a time to destroy. Okay, Bioshock anyway. He's laying it on real thick now. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination, if you please. What LaBelle saw? Miss LaBelle, I saw all the things, so I'm going to save this. Do. Now that's the Five Nights at Freddy's song theme, isn't it? Anyway. How dare you mention that game? It's so garbage. Dislike, unsubscribe, bleh, flagging the video spam. Okay, look, it was just a Five Nights at Freddy's reference. I'm allowed to make it, okay? Just because you think it's overrated, that doesn't mean that everybody does. Personally, I do think it is a little overrated, but that doesn't mean that I can't make a reference, okay? Frickin' get out of my face. You in the comment section was about to do that. I know it. I saw it. I see it in your eyes. But you can't see me. Like, how do you know? Dude, I see everybody. I know what you're doing. Like you right there, you're eating cereal right now. It's Cocoa Puffs. Personally, I think Cocoa Puffs are good, but you should have ate the Lucky Charms instead. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Anyway, I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I hit the confession. And you?
Hold it!
You're using this while you're watching this while you're pooping. Don't think I don't know. You're claiming the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that? Peasant! You wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong. It's not? No, beauty is carved deep in the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong. Okay, well, you sound like Kratos right now. I'm not following. I've never said anything like that. It doesn't matter. Just because you didn't say it doesn't mean you didn't act in that way, buddy. These exquisite ears like flowers of bloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can grip the truth they hold. Honestly, it sounds like it sounds like he's transforming or something. Like he's about to do like a super move, like anime style or something. It'd be like divine beauty. I don't know. Like that was like his mystic art. Right. The witness will hurry up and explain this truth of his. Specifically, what did Jinxie Timma do upon hearing the confession? Sacred powers cast your purifying light upon these corrupt souls. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Yes, I know that judgment isn't a mystic art. Be quiet. How did Miss Timma appear to you? Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken, all teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that. I'll hold on to that thought. He actually sympathized with Jinxie? Bull crap, seems like an overly human emotion for him. Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far, and looks and in character. Really? Blackwell doesn't count? Alright. The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror. Checked your face? Why? To behold the beauty that is my sadness, why else? Apollo, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity. I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client. Let's keep this moving, shall we? So what happened next? Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up and opened the forbidden chamber. Hold it, please. He opened the forbidden chamber. But why would he do that? Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon, Timothy. The courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore the matter. Toodles. You know, you would think that, like, in a courtroom, I don't know, maybe I'm making stuff up, but I feel like they would have something like block off, like, signals or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination. I've been watching too much television. Now, where were we again? You were going to tell us the real reason why the mayor opened the forbidden chamber. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, didn't they address that in, like, one of the games? Like, oh, you can't access a phone here? Like, you get, like... No, I think I'm making something up. Hello, this is LaBelle. Good one, sir. You're an absolute riot. Okay, bye. You were saying... Never mind. He was talking to Red White right there, by the way. How do you know? I just intuition, I suppose. This is a waste of time. He's just going to tell more lies. This will be a random Japanese word for the recording session. The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone calls. Now, tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber. Well, after that... Or did it teach a Nangunumpa? Maybe I did. I'm not quite sure, but the word for intuition in Japanese is kang. Kang. Like, you know, Judah's famous phrase, intuition, I suppose, in the Japanese version. She said, kankashira. Kankashira. It's just one of those things. Kashira is like, it's like a female, it's like kana, but it's like a female way, which means like, I wonder. I wonder. Anyway, without further ado. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. Intuition, I suppose. What was Mr. Filch like at the time?
He was shouting, "I can't see! I can't see! It's the curse of Timotaro!" Then he took off running like a madman.
He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in. From the judge's head? Or from your forehead here? Here, forehead.
Wrong.
What?
He set eyes upon me. And was thus blinded by my radiant beauty.
Shut up. So it was the curse of Florent LaBelle rather than Timotaro?
Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal.
The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now get on with your testimony.
Oh, forgive me, Your Darkness. Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Timotaro End. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right to the one with the phone at the end.
I think we have just the evidence to disprove this, actually, now that I think about it. So, after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Timotaro ran off towards the foyer.
Precisely!
Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Oh, yes, I do. Well, Jinxie also saw Timotaro, right?
She did! She said they passed each other in the hall after she made that call to the police.
Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where the phone is, Jinxie would have seen him when she was returning from making her call. Again, thanks for outright telling me what to do.
Oh, right! And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help.
Right. It just doesn't make any sense. Time to reveal the evidence.
If we don't find any way to poke a hole in his testimony, Miratama is as good as guilty.
This is bad. Very bad.
We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict.
It's all over. We can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case.
It's all over if you fall.
Yeah, I say that all the time, don't I? Well, I probably don't say it as much as I think I say it. Or maybe I say it more than I think I say it. Alright, where's her testimony? Prison. Florent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway.
But how did he know that?
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Frickin' just get with the program.
What on earth do you mean?
Yes, scared to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice. If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down the hall with the phone in it, he would have crossed past Miss Tenma.
What's this?
After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon, yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in Timotaro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from a yokai imposter.
Why yes, the two would have crossed paths.
Right, except Miss Timma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Timma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there.
Ugh! My eyes! My beautiful eyes!
Ha, not such a fabulous scent now, is it? He has big eyes.
But Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it?
Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else?
But isn't that within the very crime scene?
It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time.
What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shit of lies comes to naught before a foe with a sword of truth bared. With sword of truth bared. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side.
Well, one, you're not on the same side. He's just a prosecutor, just because, whatever. Second of all, he's talking about Apollo, clearly.
You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my court's steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
Whoa, what just happened? Black was really tearing into him.
You heard the man's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the man, the Tanuki.
Well, I guess he wasn't just talking about Apollo then. I thought he was. Oh, right, he said silence right after LaBelle, not after Apollo. Okay, never mind.
Without either of them noticing, you was right there in the Fox chamber.
Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine, I'll come clean then.
Yep, I get it. Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox chamber?
I do! I did enter the room after the murder, but I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying about that, but it's a verbal cologne I used to protect myself. Okay, so then how did you hear the whatchamacallit then?
You better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle.
Yes, of course, I was just about to get to that.
The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now, let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies.
Ready? Witness testimony. In the Fox chamber. I did enter the Fox chamber after the murder, but I didn't enter until after Jinsey had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind a phone screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there.
Just so, he could see everything without being spotted by the victim, or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events rather than an actual third party.
This guy's as slippery as an eel.
We've dealt with slippery here. More slippery? Slippery is not a word, I don't think. I believe whether you use more or the ER is based on the amount of syllables it has. So, like, I believe if it's like a short amount of if it's like 2 syllables or less, then you add an ER to it. Like, if it's 2 syllables, you add an ER to it. If it's 1 syllable or 3, then you. I remember hearing this actually. It's not something that I think the average native speaker knows, but it's like, fun. It's not funner. It's more fun. But like, that's a 2-syllable word. Interestinger? No, that's just more interesting. I'll think of something.
Apollo, you think he's telling the truth?
Well, he was in the Fox chamber, so at least that much must be true.
The defense may cross-examine her slightly voyeuristic witness.
I think we're going to do one more cross-examination, then we're going to call it quits for the recording session. In the Fox chamber. Maybe, I don't know. Let's go ahead and save, as per usual, as per tradition. I did enter the Fox chamber after the murder.
Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene?
Why? Because I was worried sick. Mayor Tim suit.
It what?
It was designed personally by me. I was worried my work of art might get blood on it.
This man clearly has his priorities in order.
Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh yes, so I entered the Fox chamber almost without thinking. But I didn't enter until after Jinsey had heard the confession and left.
Why didn't you enter right away?
And ruin my designer's shoes?
Your shoes?
Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear. It sends chills down my spine. That's when I hesitated. I'm gonna hold on to that thought.
That's terrible! A man was dying and another injured. You're worried about your shoes?
Silence.
Need I remind you, this is a court of law. We are not teaching morality here. We have schools of etiquette and such for trivia pursuits. Now, you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it. Yes, well, I was there in the Fox chamber, but I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the phone screen there.
Wait a second. Why'd you hide yourself?
Oh my, so you do understand.
I do.
By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which for the sake of the universe is something I should never ever do. That's what you were thinking, right?
Why is there a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand?
We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony, now. Well, regarding the murder scene, what I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying.
Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail?
And what exactly would you like details about?
Well, what I'd like to ask you about is...
I feel like the one that we actually need to press is probably... Hold on. Let's see, which one is probably the feathers and tracks, I would say, right? So let's go, well, that's probably the one that we need to press. So what I'm going to do is press the other ones first. The Forbidden Chamber.
Could you please describe the Forbidden Chamber at the time?
It was shut tight until the mayor opened it.
He's really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the Forbidden Chamber.
That big liar, he opened it himself!
Well, if looks could kill, LaBelle would be toast.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider a statement to be of any importance?
Is it important?
Not so important, I don't think.
It's probably not particularly important. No, Your Honor. The witness may proceed.
All right, then. I would just like to add that it was a terribly grisly scene, as I have discovered. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the Forbidden Chamber in that state?
Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on despite myself.
I think the mayor needed more medical attention more than a cheerleader.
You think he's telling the truth about being there in that room?
Well, I believe he was there. The question is, when did he enter?
You mean, did he enter after JC fled? Or was he there before the murder? If that's the latter, then that would change everything.
Right. If he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect.
But how did we go about proving that?
Well, I feel like I was going to straight up Judith for a little bit. I guess we asked him about what happened. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him.
Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating.
Okay. Okay. Go over here. Press.
Okay. The murder weapon.
Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene?
The spear had been thrust all the way through the Alderman Cubie. Then there was that statue that the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. Hold on. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor.
Oh, right. The statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring?
Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill.
A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance? Oh, heck yes, I do.
Is it important?
Very important. The reason why I pressed this before is because I thought there was going to be the other one. I thought that the state of the whatchamacallit would have been most important because the feathers were laid. No, wait, no, they weren't. They weren't laid after. Okay. Anyway, I believe that to be extremely important. I request that it be after the testimony. A statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. Well, crap, it was. I mean, it was, but that was before.
A token of goodwill. Are you referring to the Fox and Demon statue? Yes, the statue the alderman allegedly used to strike back at Mayor Tenma. The mayor trampled down municipal goodwill only to be clobbered by its symbol. It's quite ironic, don't you think?
And that's when that symbol of goodwill is transformed into a symbol of conflict.
Alright, you're done for, buddy. Alright. It was to token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. Because it clearly says Jinx is now the only one who knows what the original looked like.
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle.
What possibly could you mean?
You said the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct?
It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter?
So, how'd you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again?
What?
Justice Denny, explain yourself, and make it quick. This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret.
A secret? Whatever do you mean?
What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tim on the head. What's left clear that makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out? The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Timma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form?
What do you mean, where?
The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken.
And then, now we're gonna save. Saving data? Yes, please. We're gonna return to the title. Return to the title screen, yes, please. Alright. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end things off here. So, what did you think of all that, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, by the way, since we're getting relatively close to the end of the court case, I need to say, the poll is still there. Like I said, the poll is gonna go for the entire chapter. I haven't mentioned it since the beginning, but I wanted you guys to decide whether I should do the DLC case right after case 2, which in between case 2 and 3 chronologically, or do it at the end. And it seems like the yeses are outweighing the no's, so more than likely I'm going to be doing the DLC case right after this. I specifically asked people who had played the game and the DLC case, specifically, because I wanted the opinion of people who played the game already. So, I didn't want like a pace breaker or anything, because I was worried, like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, but it seems like more than likely I will be. But just as a reminder, the poll is still running. It's still there. One of those things. And with that, I guess it's time to end things off here. So, if you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like. That is cool. Please feel free to subscribe and join Team Strawberry today. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye.